Good afternoon, everyone out there in our Cats Chat pod. Thank you so much for joining today's episode. So thankful for you guys to join in on this beautiful Wednesday. Of course, for you all listening on podcast, it will be possibly later in this week, and it won't be Wednesday, but it'll be later on. But with that, Mark, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right, man. Just pumped to be back for another week.
Sounds great. I am doing fabulous. I'll just say that. It's been an eventful day. Interesting. So, before we go any further on that, guys, we know why you all are here. It's not to see our pretty faces, which I know mine's pretty nice compared to Mark's. We've got a wonderful guest on with us today. And Mark, I will go ahead and let you introduce that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this young man is the starting inside linebacker for University of Kentucky Wildcats, Mr. Trevin Wallace.
Goodness.
Welcome into the show, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. And you said Trevin. It's Trevin.
Trevin. See, I said it wrong. My bad.
Caught you on that. You good, though?
You did. See, that's the one thing. I mess up names so much, it's not even funny. So Trevin Wallace. So my bad. I said it wrong.
You good.
I don't know.
I'm sure you've heard that a couple times, though, right?
Man, I heard Trevin, Trevon, Trevor, and my name don't even look like Trevor. So I don't be knowing, like, how they be getting messed up.
Okay. Well, that's we had Coach Merrill on the show, and I said Morrow the first time. He didn't really call me out, but he let me know later on by saying, Coach Merrill and doing this. I'm like, oh, he said his name for me. I like how he did that. Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Wallace, thank you for joining the episode with us here. And congratulations on Week 1 SEC Player of the Week, by the way. How did that make you feel? Because, Kentucky getting a Defense Player of the Week, stand out, because a lot of people thought other players might be getting some of those awards, and you stepping right up into it and having 2 good weeks actually back to back.
So I can say I was very blessed to get that, the Week 1, because to my understanding, I didn't even know it. Like my mind forgot about they do SEC Player of the Week. So I didn't even know that, and then we was in a team meeting, and Stoops was because we give out Player of the Games for each game, and then he was and the SEC champion, SEC Defensive of the Week, and he just looked at me, and I was like, so he talking about me. So I feel good, getting that. I feel like that was a big accomplishment for me, because I don't think I ever got that. So I feel like that was real good for me.
Oh yeah, it's just the first of many to come too, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, that pressure you applied on EKU's quarterback. I went back and actually watched some of the highlights you posted on Instagram. Mm-hmm. You had a good game that game as well.
Yeah, people, people look at that game and say I had a good game, but me personally, I could say that I was not as good up to my standards I wanted to be, because I go back and watch film and I've seen stuff that I could have did better, or stuff that I messed up on. So to me, people I'm grateful that people said it was a good game, but to me though, that game was bad for me.
If you don't mind,
can you hold yourself accountable? I mean, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you kind of talk more about that if you don't mind? And of course, there's probably some stuff of X's and O's that you can't get into, but from us, couch potatoes of us, we here watch film, and even Stoops on, I think the show with Tom Leach, he was talking about the EKU game. It looked really bad, but back watching the film, there's bad, good, and it helped to go back and watch the film. But when you guys go back and watch it, how do you guys critique yourself? Do you all pound the negative parts or praise the positive parts? What goes into the mindset of watching the game film back?
So what goes to the mindset of watching the game? Although everybody wants self doing good, mm-hmm. but there's always that thing where okay, the stuff I did good, I'm gonna keep doing that. But what are the stuff that I messed up on, or what are stuff that I can execute better, to get in the right position? So that as a group, that's what we look at. We look at the film and we don't even care about the good stuff no more. We want to look at the bad stuff, because that would make everybody good in football, critiquing mm-hmm. the bad stuff instead of looking at the good stuff.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Now, I want to ask you this. I know you played a lot of different positions in high school, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I you were a running back, and I remember seeing some of your highlights as a running back. You were like a human hit stick, and then you just turn on the jets. You had one game, I think it was 28 rushes for over 320 yards.
Oh, wow. Actually, it was 386.
386. I knew it was over 300. Yeah. I know it was a big game, because I was actually talking to somebody today and they said, man, you need to go watch this guy's huddle. He said, it was unbelievable. He said it looks like you would look at this and say this is the number one player coming in as a running back, and here you are playing middle linebacker or inside linebacker. So, what led you to move over to the defensive side?
So, like, what led me to move over to the defensive side was coming out of high school, I was getting recruited big to play defense. Some schools taught me about playing running back, but I was like, me personally, if you want to get on the field or want to play, there's a better chance of getting the playing time as a freshman as a linebacker than running back.
Yeah,
because if you play running back, you got to learn the plays and all that. If you play inside linebacker, you can learn the plays, but like you have other people around you that can help you out. Because like if you see a running back and they go the wrong way, you like, oh, he messed up. But if you have a young guy inside linebacker and he mess up, you got 10 other guys that come correct that, and you're like, oh, he's doing good.
Okay,
that's pretty cool. Like I even noticed, like I feel like your speed where you played running back really helps you at that inside linebacker position because you get to that quarterback quick when you do that, when you shoot the gap, man.
Yeah, some people look at me, like even people on the team, like when they look at me, I'm like, he ain't 240 running that fast. I'm like, hey dog, like I'm trying to tell people like I've been telling them like, I didn't know I was that fast. Like, bro, no, like we look at you, think you like slow, but they're like, when I see you run, they were like, dang. I was like, hey, I just got to show y'all one time, y'all gonna just believe me when I say I'm fast.
People look at us and they know we're slow. So I mean,
and then they see us run, they're like, we're correct. So, but do you ever miss on the offensive side any talks that, hey, Stoops, maybe next year let me play a little offensive side just in like if we're short running back?
So it's crazy. Like today, me and Ray, the running back, we talked. I said, hey man, you need to talk to the coach and let me come on and play running back, man, because I missed it. I missed it a little bit. I missed it just a little bit. I just want to come, talk about it one time. I want to see if I still got it. See if it still does. So like I'll be like just throwing hints a little bit, like, hey man, like let me run the ball a little bit. So sometimes
just asking, like, put me on that depth chart, right?
Right. Just put me back there so people can look like, oh, he back that running back.
So you think it may happen?
Like your first defensive touchdown actually came against Florida, wasn't it?
Yes.
The blocked field goal, and you ran that back, and I think people really saw how fast you were in that game. That was the game-changing touchdown in that game at Florida.
And what's crazy, that game, I was like 225, so I didn't weigh as much. So I feel like me personally, I feel like from that game to now, I'm faster and I weigh more. So like that's good.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. What do you think is your biggest highlight moment so far in your career? And it can be even high school.
My highlight moment, I got two. So obviously high school, my last game when I had the ball 28 times and had 300-something yards. That was an achievement. That was the achievement. And then my second one was, getting 12 tackles my freshman year at Mississippi State. That was my first time ever recording double-digit tackles out of my whole football career, and that was like a blessing to me. Like I didn't even know that. People was like, "Hey, you got 12 tackles." I was like, "No, I don't." Like, why y'all telling me that? Like, even though my freshman year we had like came up short, I was like, bro, that's a big accomplishment. Cause I never had double-digit tackles. Had never in my life had double-digit tackles, or never thought like, oh, I'm gonna get double tackles in the game. So that was my two biggest accomplishments right there.
And I think people that don't watch the sport don't understand how hard it is to get double-digit solo tackles in a football game.
Yeah,
because they're going all over the field. So for you to actually get that chance, I mean, that means you've been ball hawking the entire game and you've just been on it.
Yeah, because like people, like some people don't understand. Like some people like look at like, oh, getting 12 tackles, like, oh, that's just like, that's just a game. But like for people like that get 12 tackles, like any football player that's watching this, they're like, hey, that's a big accomplishment, because anybody that get double-digit tackles on the field, like that's real hard. Like that's real hard.
Yep.
Do you think it's more being aggressive physically or more mentally?
I can say it do involve the D-line, a D-line a lot, because they keep you clean. Like the D-line help you out with all of that, because if you have clean football with no offensive lineman coming to you, then it's free range. You can just run around and make plays.
Do you think that
you get in the backfield, you wreak some havoc? I know that for sure.
Oh, yeah. Do you think spending more time? I'm trying to figure out. Do you spend more time in the film room trying to study some of this stuff that maybe gives you that little bit more edge telegraphing plays or seeing anything?
Yeah, so my brother or my homeboy, De'Aaron Jackson, like we close, so we go on there and watch film. Like, cause he real smart. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm smart too, but he know the game like good because he played linebacker his whole life. So he tell me like, hey, like if so and so like they finna pull. So like he helped me a lot. So like it been plenty of times where, like in games, he be like, hey, like just go shoot your shot because they finna do this and they do it. And I was like, hey, like you can't like that's somebody you need on your side that does stuff like that. So I'm grateful.
Never be the smartest person in the room, that's for sure.
So I'm grateful to have somebody like that beside me.
Awesome. I know we're over 10 minutes here. I know you're want to be respectful of your time here. You still got a couple more minutes, so to sit you with a few more questions.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, like, I teach high school and I try to talk to a lot of these high school kids. Like, I noticed that you did track all 4 years, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You feel like that helped you with your conditioning for football?
Yeah, it help you a whole bunch doing track. Like, it be sometimes, like, I go out there and, like, run track, and then I be feeling good. Because track for us was in the spring, so we came into, like, spring ball. And when we did condition for football, like, you see all the football players that didn't run track, they was, like, gassed. And I'm sitting there like, well, I ran track and ran probably like did a 400, 200, or like did stuff like that. And it's like helped me where I'm at. And also with track, like I advise like people that play football if they want to get faster to run track as well, because I can say like I was never this fast, like never as fast as I thought I was gonna be. I was slow as dirt like when I came up. So like I can say track really helped me out to become as twitchy and fast as I wanted to be for football.
Right. Awesome. Well, listen, I know you've got time, but you need to be respectful. It's midday here, and you need to get back to campus to do studying, do what, I don't know, eat that probably college pizza that's everywhere. But before we let you go, let's hit you with some fast questions here. Answer them as fast as you can, and we'll let you go. We'll do just like 4 or 5 of this, and then
Okay.
50. All right. Favorite food?
Macaroni.
Macaroni. Okay,
nice.
That's all right. What I have to dig deeper when it comes to food. Is it just macaroni? Do you put like anything else with it?
So with macaroni, baked macaroni. So you put it in the oven and let it get brown. Let it get brown to the top. Let it get brown to the top. You good to go.
Okay. Yep. All right. So baked macaroni. I'm with you on there because I'm Kraft macaroni and cheese. But my wife, she likes putting broccoli in it and doing some other things. Like, no, that's not macaroni.
I think I'll go with baked the way he did it.
That ain't macaroni. Good. I ain't never heard broccoli and macaroni before.
Yeah, that's nasty. All right. So favorite superhero?
Favorite superhero? Shoot, you hit me with this guy, Lee. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Okay, good. All right. If football wasn't an option, what other sport would you play?
I'll be a pro fisherman.
Fisherman.
Oh, hey, man after our own heart right there.
There we go. Bass fishing or what?
Bass.
There we go. What kind? Smallmouth you like?
Yes.
All right. Well, if you go wade fishing.
Largemouth bass.
Largemouth. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Life with some fish. I'm liking this guy so much.
Yeah.
All right. So
you gotta realize he grew up just down in Georgia. He came from a town just like we live in now, down where he's from. So he's used to doing the same kind of stuff we are.
All right. So I've got to ask some more questions about fishing now. Top water or are you plastic fishing?
Both. Like top water to me, I really don't got it down yet. But like
okay.
But it's kind of hard to top water. Because I know people that do top water fishing.
Okay. Once you get used to that top water bite, it's nice.
It is.
Yes, get you a whopper plopper. It's what it's called. All you do is reel it in, and it's got like repellers that just makes the noise for you.
And you're good to go.
Eat it up. Yeah, you don't even have to do any of the. I can't stand the popper. I've never caught a fish on a popper.
Can't ever do it right when you got to pop it. Yeah.
Oh, I don't have the patience where you're like, whoop, whoop. All right, now just let me real. That's why I'm ADHD. I need to do this. Okay. Let's see here. What's your craziest superstition?
Craziest superstition.
Or do you have a superstition before a game?
I can't. I really don't.
Don't? Okay, so there's nothing like food every time you play that you have to eat or tradition that you have to do?
Well, hold up. Take that back. Like when I get in, I listen to like slow R&B music.
Okay. Like what? Name one.
That's kind of like the opposite. So instead of listening to fast, pumped up, you like
to calm you down.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. See, I
So,
DJ on the side, so I know about that slow R&B.
Okay.
No.
So like the 90s R&B.
Okay, are you talking like Boys to Men here?
You got Boyz II Men, you got Jodeci, you got Silk, you got Cut Close, you got Key Sweat, you got SWV. I keep going on. You got 702. I keep going on. But
He like, oh man, like you're one of my favorites already.
You're coming one of our favorites right here. Like 90s is when I grew up. You were definitely a 90s. Mark, you're way older than me.
Hey now.
Just by 6 years, but anyways. All right. Well, I think that's.
I got one more hot seat question.
What's up?
After football, what do you want to do?
Be a real estate agent.
Real estate.
Yes. All right. Sounds good.
See, I should have done that instead of teaching. I'd be all right now, right?
Yeah.
Or you want to get a bunch of those billboards and just everywhere with cowboy hat one, fishing, like trying to lure you into your next big home.
That's a good one though.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Michael.
Pretty good.
Maybe I could get into this.
Right.
Well, I believe we'll go ahead and call it. We're 16 minutes and we said 10. Sorry about that. That's
now you good. You good.
All right, man. Thank you again so much for joining on the show. Good luck to you.
A lot of fun. 3. Glad we got to talk to you, man.
Yeah, man. I enjoy being y'all guest, man. I enjoy being on here.
Good. Well, then come back sometime soon.
Yeah, I can.
All right, man. All right, appreciate it, man. Have you a good one.
You have a good one too.
God bless, buddy.